You are looking at the top of the line hauler truck that you can buy. It's put together and assembled in the United States. I've got a heavy foot and I'm not afraid to put it down.
Today we're hanging out with Alex at Transwest. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
Excellent, thank you. This is quite the hauler behind you. What is going on?
Yes, sir. This is a brand new 2022 model Freightliner M2106. It is a Laredo conversion. This one specifically has been completely custom, start to finish, from getting this truck as a cabin chassis, from wheels and tires, running boards, custom bed, custom toolboxes, and a full-blown custom interior.
Do you think we could take this for a test drive today?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can take this down the road.
What can this be used for? A lot of RVers are towing heavy fifth wheels that the 1-ton trucks just can't keep up with. What is this used for?
Yes, sir. So one of the big markets for this truck is for your fifth wheel community. Those folks that are hauling those extra heavy fifth wheels that a 1-ton, 3/4 ton just can't handle. That being said, you have a wide range of options for this, from safety factors, braking, sitting up higher, being able to see traffic, all the way down to being able to handle the actual weight of the trailer. It handles the weight, it handles the stability way better than what your regular 1-ton, 3/4 ton trucks do. So we set this truck up with a set of American Racing 22.5-inch wheels. Has a custom set of running boards from Laredo. They're based out of Weatherford, Texas. Brian Gillard down there, he's a great guy. The customer service you receive from him on one of these trucks is phenomenal. You got tons of storage here, fully rhino lined on the inside, tons of space to store stuff on either side of the bed. You also have the actual toolbox up here that has tons of room for all your stuff on the exterior as well. It's wonderful. It's a great setup to keep all your stuff dry, clean, and ready to go, easy accessible as you're running down the road.
Yeah, is this all rhino lined as well?
Yes, sir. Everything on the exterior all has a spray-on bed liner, fully capable, ready to go, and it is extremely durable. Long-lasting stuff here. Everything we put on these things at Laredo, here at Transwest, custom hauler trucks, we put the best of the best. You are looking at the top of the line hauler truck that you can buy. What's great about the Laredo conversion is you have the option for a complete flatbed. Other companies have a trough. Other companies have a blank hull. Other companies have just different options for this. What I like about this is its accessibility and usability on this truck. So if you don't want the flat, or if you don't want the fifth wheel, you don't want the gooseneck, you need to haul something on top, you can do that because you have the flat panel. That being said, as soon as we open the panel, the truck is pre-drilled for a Hensley TSLB hitch that's rated at 32,000 pounds. It is an air ride hitch. We do install those, have those here. I would say about 75% of our trucks that send out of here do get the Hensley hitch. They're great, ultra reliable, and the safety with those, the drivability with those, and it's gonna be easier on your coach going down the road because it takes a lot of the bouncing and the rough riding out of your coach, along with it will take a lot of the jerking, bouncing and stuff out of the truck as well. As you stop, you take off, hit bumps, so on and so forth.
I want to get to the numbers and the cost on this in a moment, but I do see a lot of these in the marine world pulling those big, cigarette boats and stuff.
Yes,
too.
sir. So that's been the latest thing that these folks have been using for us. All the folks down in Miami, guys at Lake of the Ozarks, guys up at Lake Havasu, up at the Great Lakes. They're big power boats. They want to run these poker runs. They want to travel the nation checking out these big bodies of water. Well, these things are primed for that. Hitch is rated for 3,500 pound tongue weight, 20,000 pound towing capacity at the bumper. And this is, as he discussed earlier, this is the 106, so this is the smaller version of this truck, and it can still haul that much weight safely. That being said, the big powerboat guys are really into this. RV folks, with you guys in your fifth wheels, super safety factor. Fuel mileage is very consistent with what you're seeing with a 1-ton, and even your horse cowboy folks that are on the rodeo circuit, trail riding, whatever it may be, safety's always number one, dependability is always number two, and this truck just handles all of it. as we go down the road, I've covered safety with the air brakes. I've covered safety with the bigger weight of the truck. One thing that I haven't covered great here, and I'd like to go over with you, is the comfort of this truck. So a few of the comfort features, just basic off the outside, is one, the rear end is already air ride. When you move forward, the cab itself, the rear of the cab is also air ride.
Okay.
And as you move forward, we'll get to the interiors and I'll show you that, but the front two seats are also air ride. So as you're going down the road with empty weight, as you're going down the road with heavy weight, all of those big potholes, those big connections in the road, construction areas, this truck handles it way better.
I can't wait to see how this is going down the road, but do you think we could pop this engine hatch here and see what's under the hood?
Absolutely. So what we have under the hood here is and mind you, this is a 2022 model. This is brand new. This is an 8.9 liter L9, 360 horsepower Cummins. And this thing is a powerhouse. They've recently, just this year, upgraded from a 350 horsepower to a 360 horsepower. It produces 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. And while everybody says, oh, it's only 10 horsepower, guys, the 10 horsepower made a night and day difference in these 22 models. The great thing about these hauler trucks, and as we go through and over the course of the 5 years that I've been building these trucks with Laredo and Western Hauler and Transwest and Custom Hauler trucks, we make sure that the serviceability for not just the everyday trucker, but the person that is using this as an RV or as a personal vehicle, we make sure that everything is here serviceable. It's a big truck. The first time you see one, it's pretty overwhelming. That being said, we want to make sure that you can get in, service these things if you do it yourself, or ease of service for whatever service facility you take it to. Things like fuel filters are up front, power steering fluid ready accessible, all of your fuse boxes and everything set right here. Easy accessible, I can touch all of it. You have oil, transmission, everything right up front. We've even gone as far as putting jump studs on the frame rail so you don't have to get underneath and unscrew the battery box and so on and so forth. Battery maintenance can be handled here, fuse maintenance can be handled here, air filter and coolant just on the other side, all of your oil filters, everything's accessible right here under the hood near the wheel well.
And your service department here at Transwest in Belton, Missouri, are they able, if someone has a hauler already and they need service on it, is that something you guys can help with?
Absolutely. These guys are Cummins certified, ready to go. We display it on the side of our building. We have master techs for Cummins. We can handle Cummins warranty, no problem. These guys are great just about any time when we call them, or I call them. And occasionally, guys, they're mechanical, just like RVs, anything else. Occasionally you have an issue. I'm very fortunate to have the service team that I have that I can call and say, hey, John, I'm having this issue. And he is so knowledgeable at it, he can diagnose it just about over the phone and say, Alex, check this fuse, check this spot, change this filter, do this real quick, have me up and going. And it's fantastic that our service department is that knowledgeable, and I have that as well as you will have that when purchasing from us.
Awesome. Now, I think this truck already maybe spoken for, you said, or is this truck available? So
this truck is spoken for. It leaves actually tomorrow. We have others exactly like it that get put in the production line every day. I have a white and a blue truck here that are available. I also have a burnt orange on the way. And guys, we build about 45 to 50 chassis a year. If you want the custom stuff, if you want the fancy wheels, you want the fancy toolbox, if you like the blackout package, and we haven't even touched the interior, you're going to see the Diamond Tuck interior. Guys, none of the competitors is putting this in their vehicle. That being said, you have a suede headliner, you have black wood accents up top. This was a custom leather. We do suede inserts, just like the ceiling. All sorts of exotic inserts as well. This customer is using this for his powerboat, and he wanted the leather stitching and leather seats to match his boat. So when he pulls up to show, the interior matches the interior of his truck. And we were able to accommodate that with me, Transwest, and Brian down at Laredo Conversions. We made his dream come alive.
You guys knocked it out of the park, and I want to point out, I've never seen the diamond stitching go up into the bolsters of the seats, and even on the armrest, on the outside of the armrest. Same blue stitching on the door here. Really a cool look. But what's going on in the cockpit, sir?
So guys, we'll just go over start to finish. We use the wing dash. A lot of the competitors will use a flat dash. We like the wing dash. As you're going down the road, as you see, I'm sitting here comfortably just fine, and I can reach up here, touch all of my gauges, all of my dash buttons, everything from the comfort of my seat, and I don't have to be stretched out. I don't have to. Everything's real serviceable right here. The steering wheel does telescope and it does fold down, so it's fully adjustable. The seat is fully adjustable up and down, forward to back.
And is that a custom steering wheel? That's a cool look.
So yes, we are using the custom wood steering wheels. Whatever color we go with, whether it be the cherry wood or the black wood, we do our best to custom those and get those in for you with the chrome accents here. We also go as far as pulling the dash pieces out. They do get either painted, urethaned, powder coated, whatever they need to match the rest of the wood in the truck and also give the accents.
You were mentioning that this folds down into a bed?
Yes, sir, and lays down flat. So if you're on your long, oh, they left that seat belt open. If you're on your long trips and you need to stop, take a break. Right here, man, you can do it. It folds down flat. You can use that, sleep back there, or kids can lay down, whatever it need be. Also take note, on the back of the headrest, a DVD player, they are mapped to them each other. You can always use Netflix or Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, so on and so forth with that as well. We do not offer Wi-Fi service in here, but that being said, you can run off of a personal hotspot and access those as well. So those are super nice and convenient as well.
This is very comfortable in the back seat. I got a lot of headroom, a lot of elbow room, knee room. I'm 6'2". Definitely a lot of space back here.
Another cool feature that a lot of folks don't realize is these comes complete factory. So none of this truck is completely gutted from the inside. They have leather floors, we install carpet. They have plastic seats, we use the leather. All the lighting, the entire headboard is completely pulled down. The lighting features put in there. All of the black suede goes in there. Carpet, wood accents, all of it goes in there. Guys, these things don't even come with stereos. Another neat thing, this isn't an assembly line product. These seats are hand done, and they're hand done down in Fort Worth, Texas. The actual leather here on the doors, hand done, Weatherford, Texas. The wood is made in Fort Worth, Texas. All of this is right here in the United States, put together and assembled in the United States. All of the interior trim pieces, radios, all assembled right here in the United States.
And where is Laredo headquarters?
So Laredo is currently just moved. They have a new location. They're outside of Weatherford, Texas. They were formerly Fort Worth, but they are in Weatherford, Texas. Brian down there, he's got a phenomenal shop. The guys that work for him, phenomenal guys. Customer service from Brian, what's great about that is anytime I have a problem, he's out showing at the NFR right now, and I'm sure he's got customers in his booth. He sent me videos saying, Alex, look at everybody here. If I called him right now, if a customer called him right now, he would pick up the phone and say, hey, what can we do? What do we need to do to get you on the road or put you in an area to where you can get fixed and going down the road?
Do you think we could take it for a quick spin? Maybe you could tell us some more about the truck while we're going for a drive?
Absolutely, let's jump in it. Let's go down the road.
I like this display here.
Yeah, so the Stinger head unit's 21 model year. We went to the Stinger head unit. Everybody is familiar with the double den scenario where, you know, the stereo slides out and kicks up. Those were great in the early 2000s, but let's get real. Everybody wants the big screens. When Ram came out with that giant 12-inch screen and Tesla came out with their giant screen, that's what everybody wanted. So we did the best we could for an aftermarket scenario, especially with a truck that didn't have a stereo at all. So we put the Stinger head unit. The Stinger head unit runs the camera. It can run extra cameras, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, I think is what it is. All of it can be connected. We've got the USBs and charge ports right here.
Nice.
You have also other charge ports right here for USB there as well, so that you can go down the road and charge all your devices.
Lots of USB. I mean, there's 4 right there,
yep,
plus
One charging and then one straight to the radio there.
Yeah, so 6 right there.
Yep.
I like the simple air conditioning controls and no shortage of cup holders. One there for the captain, and then 4 more right here. And this is all that custom wood.
Yep, custom wood, custom black wood. It is hand built. It's not stamped out by a machine. Lots of storage in here for all your stuff. Currently we have all the owner's manuals for the new owner and headphones for the headrest DVD players as well. We order these things with access panels, you know, service friendly access panels, so you can access the transmission. That way you don't have to drop the transmission for, you know, some minor stuff. It's all right here, accessible. We really try to make everything on these for ease of use. The biggest thing is that they're big, and they're bigger than what everybody's used to. So if we can simplify that, that is the biggest thing to get you moving down the road and overcome that scary new big truck scenario. So you'll notice it's air braking. That's one of the safety features that I was talking about. Those air brakes are way stronger than your hydraulic setup. For those big trailers, those heavy loads, lots of weight, needs to come to a stop real quick. This can handle it way smoother, way more comfortable, and it's easy going.
Now, some of the trailers have air brakes as well. Is this plumbed?
So yes, this does have the, to answer, the glad hands. Yes, sir. So just for the cleanliness look of it, in the back, we do not push the glad hands through. However, they are connected up underneath the rail. We can drill them through the bed for, you know, the customer if they're going to use them regularly, and actually connect them right there for you. That's not a problem. No extra charge for that. It's all built into the truck, ready to go. We just, for the cleanliness, and the majority of folks with their trailers that are their use for these aren't using the air brake scenario.
I think they call these a cowboy Cadillac, or?
This is definitely a cowboy Cadillac. If you show up anywhere, whether it be RV, whether it be boat, whether it be big horse trailer, you're going to the rodeo, the races, or just living life and enjoying life on the road, this is the vehicle to show up in, and every time you show up, it is a car show.
Yes, sir.
Every time.
And I've even seen some ball players actually just driving these, like some professional ball players had these as like a daily driver kind of scenario too.
Yes, sir. So we've seen multiple. You know, Shaquille O'Neal had one at Meekum here just a few weeks ago. I was at Meekum, Dallas, with a different custom truck that we built, and Shaquille O'Neal had one. They had a couple of these older versions just going through the auction there. A lot of folks love these things. Reliability, just how big they are, pulling toys, whatever it may be. They're just a lot of fun to have in general.
Yeah, and talking about going to the auction, I think resale value on these are like incredible.
Resale value on these things are crazy incredible. You know, we have a lot of customers right now that are simply coming in, trading theirs in, because they're getting the same money that they paid for them to step up to the new style truck. So virtually they drove these things for 1, 2, 3 years, costing them nothing but maintenance and fuel. That's unheard of in these times. That being said, we are one of the biggest builders of these things anymore, and to get them, bring them to us. We'll help you value them. We'll talk to you. We buy them as well, folks. So don't forget that. If you're in a position where you're like, hey, you know, we're downsizing, it's time that we're downsizing, we'll buy them back from you as well. Once you're a customer, it's a long time thing. This is a very expensive purchase for a truck. Guys, when you talk to me, also, you know, Andrew will also share my personal cell phone number. Guys, it goes straight to my pocket. It's not a work cell. It's not a desk number. It'll go straight to my pocket. Call me, questions, comments, concerns. You're more than welcome to give me a shout.
Yes, sir. I got a question for you. Talking about, you know, the fuel expenses in this. Yeah. What kind of fuel mileage does this get? So generally speaking, you're looking at 8.5 to 9.5 miles to the gallon, and that's pretty well all the time. Whether you're loaded, unloaded, mountains, flatland, so on and so forth. That's pretty common in these things. Some customers have called and said, Alex, I'm getting 11.5. I'm getting 12 miles to the gallon. Me personally, fully empty on flat ground, I have seen 11 miles to the gallon, but I don't think that's a realistic number to share out there. So 8.5, 9.5 miles to the gallon, that's heavy loaded going down the road. That's what can be expected. Yes, sir.
That being said, you have dual 50-gallon tanks on this thing, so you can go a long ways without having to stop to fuel.
100 gallons of diesel.
100 gallons of fuel. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I've got to point out, I'm noticing, is that what I think it is?
That is exactly what you think it is.
Give her a little. There it is.
There
yes,
it
sir.
is. And I'll tell you, that's the fun thing. You've got kids, you've got adults going down the road, giving the trunker horn. And every opportunity I have, even my nieces, if they see me roll in, they come pick me up. You know, if I've been on a trip or something. Growing up, that was a thing to do. So I love getting to do that now.
Every time.
Comfort features on the inside, you know, the radio, we've touched base on that. It does have, you know, heated seats. It does have electric windows. A lot of these trucks don't, surprisingly. New for 22, you got the traction control, you got wheel spin, light tests, heated mirrors, and then one of the biggest things that everybody's really talking about, and we've done a couple videos on those as well, is the rear airbag dump. So you can literally slide underneath your trailer, dump the rear air, pick it right back up, you're hooked, jump out, hit your safety features, and roll.
Yes, sir.
Super, super, super nice there.
Does it have cruise control?
It does have cruise control. So the cool thing about that is speed control, and then you've got your set, coast, resume, excel. But then for you folks that are in the colder climates that have to keep the diesel truck warm, it does, and we'll do that right here, it does also have high idle.
Now this isn't a race car, but I'm curious what kind of acceleration we're gonna get here.
Guys, if any of you guys have seen some of my other videos, you know I've got a heavy foot and I'm not afraid to put it down. So it picks up, moves out, jumps right up to speed. Obviously we're empty, but I can tell you it doesn't change much when it's loaded.
We're going almost 50 miles an hour already.
Smooth.
Yes, sir.
Jumped right up there. Allison 3000 series transmission in this thing, 1150 foot-pounds of torque. It doesn't take long for us to get up there and drive.
No, sir. There's that back seat there. Now, what about the safety in these? I mean, it's obviously a much heavier, bigger vehicle, but what type of structure and safety are we looking at here?
So I went over the braking briefly. I went over the stability just because it is a wider truck. But guys, these things empty are 13,500 pounds. That's almost twice as heavy as what your general 1-ton truck is. So it's stability. If you are in a car crash, if you are struck, if you do have to hit, it's going to absorb that a lot better. It's not going to crumple up like your 1-ton will. Also, you see more and more of folks getting out there and their trailers coming undone, so on and so forth. These trucks, the chassis are going to hold up to that way better. These trucks were designed for heavy hauling. That's what they were designed for. That being said, your 1-tons, your 3/4 tons, they're nice trucks and they're meant to do, you know, the moving the stuff around the farm. They're meant to, you know, move stuff around, but they were never meant to live underneath a trailer with heavy loads. That's what it's designed for.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just that, you know, going around that little roundabout there. I mean, you're almost, I mean, you got one hand on the steering wheel, almost like a car, like the ease of driving a car.
It's so smooth. It's so smooth. Any opportunity. I have a Ford F-250 that I drive every day, and I've got goosenecks at home. I've got a horse trailer. I've got a flatbed trailer, you know, and they're not small. They're 38, 40 feet long. Anytime I get in one of these to haul a trailer, the maneuverability, I fit into a parking spot just like my Ford F-250 would. The turning radius is sharper, and I've seen some of your other videos, Andrew. You guys go the turning radius.
Yes, sir.
This thing is just the same way. It's almost like the bigger the truck they're getting, the sharper turning radius they're getting. It's easier to back a trailer with one of these trucks just because of the turning radius. And I'll tell you, I've taken it through a drive-through. The only thing bad about it is they've got the height requirements. But it has been, these trucks have been through their fair share of drive-through fast food stops.
Yes, sir. Now, what's the height of this truck?
So it's roughly 10.5 feet clearance at the horns.
Okay, here's a look at Transwest here, Belton, Missouri. They've got some beautiful units in stock here. Everything from, you know, $1.6 million Newmar King Air motorhomes to these haulers and everything in between. Now I see a few used haulers here. Do you guys have any pre-owned haulers on
Yes,
your
sir.
lot?
So I've got one pre-owned hauler right now. It's a 2013 Sport chassis. It's a super clean truck. We literally just got it in last week. I don't even have it advertised.
Are
yet.
these new ones available here?
These new ones are, yes, sir. So if we wanted to show what the stock version of what one of these trucks are, how we make it from stock to
You want to
the
show us
fancy-
real quick?
Absolutely. Let me grab some keys and we can do that.
Sounds good. Before we look at the stock truck, I want to talk about cost here. So this cost, I know it's already a custom truck and sold. Can you give an idea of what cost is on this and then the stock truck?
So starting cost on this truck is roughly $195,000. That's what this one sold for. He chose to do some add-on features such as the wheels, the bigger version of the toolbox, and some smaller creature comforts that he needs to pull his boat. That being said, $195,000 gets the fancy interior. It gets the fancy wood grain. It gets everything on here as far as it would be dressed up very similar with the chrome instead of the blackout. Those small features cost a little more, so it costs a little more. That being said, the interiors are just as fancy as you want them to be there. All of this would be right there in the $195,000 price point.
Now, how much is that truck that we're about to look at?
So this is a leftover 21 model, and it just got finished up here at our sister store, Wathena, Kansas Summit Truck Bodies. That one's going to be at $159,995, $160,000.
What sticker on it?
So the sticker should be right there at the 175 mark. End of the year blowout type stuff. Trying to get these last two moved, and so that's where they're at.
Heck yeah, that's a cool opportunity. This blue one, is this blue one available?
This blue one is 100% available.
Man, I like that.
It's a new company we're working with. It is Bolt Conversions.
I like that color. It's a gloomy day.
Viper blue is what they call it.
Yeah, the sunlight is not doing justice for how much this color is popping. But what's different about this than the one we just test drove?
So the chassis itself is going to be the same. As far as the 360 horsepower Cummins, the Freightliner M2106, but everything else, the bed is completely different. The storage options are completely different. From storage options on the front to the actual mounting plate for your trailer in the bed. Interior is going to be, and I do believe I have the key. I do have a key here. Interior is going to be a little more plain. And forgive us, it's dirty here, but it's not going to be as fully dressed up. It's going to be just a little bit less. For those, we do have a lot of folks that don't like all the fancy diamond tuck and stuff like this. You still get all the crazy creature comforts of cruise control, heated seats, fancy stereo, carpet and flooring, all that kind of stuff. It's just not the diamond tuck interior. It's just a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner for those folks that don't like the wild interiors.
Yes, sir. And how much dough does someone need to become the next owner of this truck?
So this one's set up just like it is $195. We try to keep all the trucks right there in that $195 price point, trying not to cross that $200,000 price point. And we are trying crazy hard with all the, with everything going up right now, inflation, so on and so forth. Everything's creeping up, and we're doing everything we can to keep them under 200.
I respect that. Now, if someone wanted to spruce this up though, put new wheels or dress it up, you guys can help with that?
We can put wheels on it. We can change a few things on this. If we wanted to do a custom one, we could even consider that. It's just about what's in your mind, what that company that you like can produce, so on and so forth. So just have to talk to that conversion company and whatever that customer likes and see if we can find a middle ground and make it happen.
Yes, sir. And I really like the blue and the chrome. Again, on a gloomy day, it's not doing justice, but you said this black one over here, that's the smoking deal of the day right there?
This is a pretty hot deal. So the interior's not been done on this one. It is a stock interior.
No radio?
No radio. It does have power windows, no heated seats. It does have the basic creature comforts, but it is very basic this is a true workman's truck here.
Does it still have the air ride in the cab and everything?
It does have air ride rear end. It does have the air ride dump. It does have the air ride cab. It does have the air ride front seats.
Okay.
That being said, it is plain, no tinted windows, no fancy diamond tuck, no fancy leather. It's vinyl, but it is a workman's package. You can jump in it, take it to work. You don't have to worry if your boots have dirt on them. If you just got out, you got grease on your hands. If you've been in a cattle field, if you're servicing, if that's your job, you service, or whether even you're taking cows to market, or just hauling boats across the country, or you just don't need all the fancy stuff, this is the way it goes.
This is a machine here. Can we take a quick look inside?
Absolutely. I will say the Summit truck here is the heaviest built bed that we produce.
Okay.
It is the heaviest bed, heaviest running board, so on and so forth that we produce.
Yeah, when you step on those, it's such a solid unit. And yeah, you were not kidding about this. This reminds me of a lot of the semi truck. I used to detail a lot of Freightliners, and this is just kind of like a stock Freightliner interior. Is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was the option. We had a lot of folks that say, "Hey, Alex, this is gonna be used on the farm," or "Alex, I'm just hauling cars with it, you know, for you guys that are in the hot shop business or the trucking business." Okay, we wanted something that we could offer to that market that didn't necessarily have the fancy stuff, so here's your opportunity. These are the first two and only two we've done. They are finishing 21 model year end is what they are. They still come with full manufacturer warranty.
So it's a new 2021, and what did you say the blowout deal is?
159,995, 160,000 out the door. No crazy add-ons, no crazy fees, none of that stuff. It's 160 grand. That's what it is.
Man.
Cut and dry, easy
Hey,
breezy.
I appreciate that. A lot of value there. Now, if someone's a serious buyer and they want to purchase one of these, or maybe custom order a truck like the one we showed, who should they get a hold of?
Guys, call me. My name's Alex. You can find me on Facebook at Custom Hauler Trucks KC. You can call the dealership here, 892-5950, or the easiest way, guys, is to my direct pocket right here, 816-489-8298. You got questions? Call me.
I'll leave a link to your Facebook page. So you have over 6,000 followers on Facebook. Alex has a lot of cool content. And then Transwest too does a lot of live streams. So I'm gonna leave a link to your guys' Transwest YouTube channel in the description below. I appreciate all of you that are going over there and subscribing to Alex's page and Transwest page. Greatly appreciate all of you, and I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys. Take care. We'll talk soon.